The grammar workshop exercise for this week is all about using commas, which happens to be one of the most troublesome parts of English grammar that students struggle with. First, let's do a quick review of the basic rules. Commas can be a little tricky, and that's because commas are used in so many different ways. For example, commas are used for linking two short sentences together. They're also used for listing several different items in the same sentence. Commas are used in sentences that have some type of introduction at the beginning. And they're also used for inserting extra words and phrases. So let's take a closer look at each of these examples. Here's an example where a comma can link two short sentences together. I worked hard in class. I earned a good grade. Now, according to English grammar rules, we should be able to combine these two sentences into one simply by adding the word "and" in the middle. I worked hard in class and I earned a good grade. However, there's something missing here. What's missing is the comma, which should be placed just before the word "and." So why do we need a comma? Because whenever we combine two complete sentences, or in grammatical terms, that's called two independent clauses, they must be separated by some type of punctuation. And in this example, a comma is the perfect choice. I worked hard in class, comma, and I earned a good grade. Here's an example where a comma is used to separate a series of items in a sentence. My favorite vegetables are carrots, peas, and potatoes. Notice that the words carrots, peas, and potatoes are three different items within the same sentence, and therefore should be separated by commas, like this. My favorite vegetables are carrots, comma, peas, comma, and potatoes. Or how about, I'm going to the game with Steve, Marie, and Andrew. Again, the words Steve, Marie, and Andrew are three different items within the same sentence, and therefore should be separated by commas, like this. I'm going to the game with Steve, comma, Marie, comma, and Andrew. Commas are also used when a sentence includes some type of introduction, like, in my opinion, the game should have been canceled. Notice that this part of the sentence, the game should have been canceled, could certainly stand on its own as a complete sentence. However, whenever we add extra information at the beginning, like, in my opinion, this type of introduction needs to be offset by a comma, like this. In my opinion, comma, the game should have been canceled. Sometimes extra information shows up in the middle of a sentence instead of at the beginning. For example, Andrew, our department manager, has resigned. Can you spot the extra information in this sentence? Notice that this part of this sentence, Andrew has resigned, is pretty much a complete sentence on its own. It has a subject, a verb, and in grammatical terms doesn't really need anything else to make it a complete sentence. That means the phrase, our department manager, is essentially extra information that doesn't really have to be there. And as a result, it should be set off by commas, like this. Andrew, comma, our department manager, comma, has resigned. Or how about, the game, in my opinion, should have been canceled. Again, the phrase, in my opinion, is extra information that's not required to make the sentence complete. Therefore, we need to set it off with commas, like this. The game, comma, in my opinion, comma, should have been canceled. So that's it for this week's assignments. If you have any questions about the exercises, please contact me using david.briggs@iowavalley.edu.